simple and I'll make it consumption based just to save some dollar for demo and good. Let's see how this looks like. Okay. So we'll take off maybe based on the speed and all, it will take maybe a while, a minute, and we'll spin something real quick. Okay. It's taking time. Yeah, it's doing. Yeah, looks like it's done so fast. Okay, good. So once you see that, you will get something like this. Okay, there will be some kind of video from Microsoft to make you, get a starter from that, and then see, that's what I was talking about. You get a lot of common triggers. Okay, so it is automating, helping you automate your workflow, right? You can think about the scenario. I was picking some of that where the list is endless, right? You want to send a message when there is a service bus queue. When you receive some message in service bus queue, when you get some HTTP requests, you want to do something. So it's like cause and effect, right? You can think about, right? Something happened, some cause happened, and you want something in effect. Okay. So I took this one. When a new tweet is posted. Okay. Think of like that. We can have any example that is suiting our use case, and so this is the kind of common triggers, right? But there are some specific as well. Based on the requirements, you can pick one of that, and if nothing works, you can always do custom as well, right? But I think Microsoft is keep adding more and more templates so that it is saving your time from creating custom ones. So pretty much, I would say most of it, or pretty much everything, you can get from here. Okay, so yep, you can see, for example, you can see some scheduler as well. So kind of use case you can think about that you want to automate. There's a good number of default templates already there, so it will save your time. Okay, now let's go back. So now you got to know that how you can, if you create a new basically logic app, what kind of UI we see, right? So now just to dipping down, going ahead there. So I have done this one. So let's see how this looks like, the plain vanilla one when we create a new one. So this is what it looks like. Okay, and if I can open my one in parallel, then I want to see that you can relate to that how it looks like. Okay, so basically, yeah, let it open. So by default, it is since I have selected the Twitter one, so it is giving you it is kind of you can say control or drag and drop, whatever you workflow depends on it's like in some of those, right? So okay, so now what I can do is I can go here, I can take this one that is there. Okay, so basically let's go there. Let's look into the design part of it. Okay, yeah, see, look at this. So this is a new one. Okay, it doesn't have anything. This is the one that I have. So I have taken care. So yeah, you might have seen that I have added text global IT AI bootcamp. So basically I'm searching all the tweets happening with this hashtag. Okay, what's the frequency? I'm searching every 1 minute. I'm based out of India, so I have taken India time zone time, right? We can choose a bunch of them, right? Depending on from which one you want to pick. So let's stick to this for now. So I think this is clear that this is clear. Basically, we got to link our Twitter handle, okay? From which account we want to analyze the text. We need to give permission to Twitter that, hey Twitter, please read my. So basically, we're giving permission to Azure to read our tweets from Twitter, right? So by default, Twitter will not allow anyone to read it. So it's a privacy matter, right? But out of this connection that we can see the connection, it is connection, right? Twitter connection. So once you create a new one here, it will go to your account and it will ask permission. So once you give, you will see something like this. So okay, it will link. So right now it is linked. Okay, so this is the first part, means we are reading our tweet from Twitter. Okay, what is next? So next is We talk about sentiment analysis, right? You just heard. So what is that? Basically, you got to read and you got to analyze it, right? The sentiment. So how you read, what are different fields you got to use? So to get by, who to get, and to get text, because text is where what you're interested in, right? Text will have the data that, hey, global AI bootcamp is great, it is not great, whatever, right? So somebody is writing about it and you will analyze. So this ID is like, you can say, key value, right? In I would say non-SQL word is pretty common, right? Key and value. So you can say it's a key is the value. So value is being analyzed here. So what is the value here? Value is to text. This again, it is a connection to the one that I was talking about, language service. So again, I'll quickly explain how this looks like. So you can go language, yeah, language service. Okay, yeah. So language service again, earlier it was all getting called as, you know, cognitive services, but yeah, it's still part of that. But language service is one service of cognitive services. Cognitive services is pretty big, right? It has a bunch of things. So as you can see here, see here, right? It has a bunch of things. It's Q&A, bunch of things, translated, etc. Right? So we're not talking about all those right now. So we are interested in this one, language service, because that's what we want. That, you know, we want it to be analyzed, right? So if you want to see how this looks like, again, pretty simple as always. Here we're talking about custom questioning answer. Like for example, you want to make a Q&A maker. Here we're talking about this one. So this is what we need in this case. Okay, why? Because we're interested in basically custom text classification and custom. Basically, here we're interested. So we want to analyze the text and classify about it, right? So that's what we're interested in. As you can see, different kind of features it provides. So this is the first feature we are interested in, sentimental analysis, right? And for that, this is the one. This is for something else. This is for Q&A base, and this not, you know, out of these two, this is relevant to us, right? So once you click this, you will get a language service, right? So this is what it is look like, you know, language service. So it is basically you got to create a task for this. So language service will come from here. So it is reading your text and kind of giving the sentiments, right? What is those sentiments? Basically, it's nothing but a score, and we'll talk about the score on the third one, right? So what is third one? Third one is, so now we connected to Twitter, we now read the text and we got some score, and now we're writing it, right? Because unless we write, how can we see that? Okay, so for that, again, there's a task that you can always get from by default. This also was the task, right? All those are tasks, right? So this task is basically it will, you know, whatever result will come from this one. This is just the kind of writing task, you can say. So it is for each, basically it will loop the file rows, right? Because all those records coming as a row, so it will loop that, and it will. This is the Google sheet I have added, right? It can, you know, or we can take anything else. We can write in database, whatever, but it was the simplest one for the demo. So I took this one. So, you know, as you can see, I'm writing. So this again, all those connections is created for that. Again, I'll see how this looks like. So you can see tweeted by. So who tweeted? Basically ID and what was the text, who created it, and what is the confidence score. Okay, this is what we were interested in, right? That what is the confidence score? So confidence scores gives us the score for any, you know, any sentiment analysis, right? In ML AI world, we always doesn't talk in 0 and 1, because those are like absolute perfect, and that doesn't exist in reality, right? Very idealistic. In reality, we work in the middle, right? Not like totally 0 or not like totally 1. So in most scenario, that we will find confidence score is 80, maybe 90 if somebody has a great score, right? You know, even 75 is a decent score. So it is not about 100% to it. They are all estimation, right? AI is all about estimation. It's not a real. That's why it is AI. So it is always about, hey, what's the confidence level? How we can predict something, right, for future. So this gives us the score that, okay, I'm saying this tweet is have basically good or bad, and this is my score. Okay, so it doesn't talk in 0 or 1. So if the score is closer to the 1, you can sense that hey, it is good. Okay, it's like a spread, right? It is like a range. So 0 means it has, it is a terrible, basically, it is like somebody is almost kind of very upset, right? 1 is super happy, and in reality it comes in the middle, that that is more realistic. So basically scores are like between 0 and 1. So let's see how this looks like. So what I'll do is I'll run this. Okay, it is running, and let's see, it takes few, yeah, it's run. So I'll refresh this. Okay, fine. So we can see just some tweets coming in, and see someone is excited and all. So see the score 8.89, closer to 1, right? It's tweeted by Mikey. There's a text, right? And there's a time. Okay, so I have taken, I think it looks like it is giving maybe USD. I'm thinking, okay, or GMT. It is still showing noon. Okay, so this is the time, and this is a score, right? If somebody is not writing something good or bad, like basically neutral, then it will not, basically it will be closer to neutral, right? But either if somebody is kind of praising, or like looking interested, like see you in a couple of minutes, means somebody is excited. So Logic App, or you can say before Logic App, even our Microsoft language service engine thinks that hey, somebody is looking forward, means somebody is excited about it, right? So it gave a better score. Rather, somebody is just giving some information, so it's like in neutral, right? Neutral means close to the 0.5. Okay, so this is how this scores work. So what we were able to summarize, I think I was able to squeeze it, and I'll give time back to the without changing a lot of schedule. So let's summarize. So what we have done, we understood about what this why this why this Logic Apps is all about, right? Oh, what are different basically difference whether it's Power Automate, what is the use case that we can think about, and in Twitter demo, what we have learned is that hey, it's pretty easy to make it. We can take any different task that out there. In this case, I have taken Twitter, new Twitter, so I have created a connection here. Then I have created a connection to my language service, part of the cognitive services, and then I have a task here to write something, all those results into the file, and this file connection, right? So there are a bunch of connection here, and so you are able to integrate Twitter, Microsoft, Microsoft, you can say cognitive services. The kind of this part of AI custom, like by default built-in AI capability of Microsoft, right? And you are able to also integrate your file. So Twitter, Microsoft, cognitive services, that is part of AI, and file, right? So three things are here kind of automated. So if somebody is posted, will post something, it will start, every 1 minute it will see, and it will start adding rows, right? So that's how this works. So we were able to achieve, what we wanted. So that's pretty much about, Twitter sentiment analysis. Any questions? I'm here.